pause. All right, I think that one's gonna be the last snatch for today. I'm in my hip contact, I'm bumping it out a little bit too much. So we're gonna stop right there at 185. Normally, I would just go ahead and try to do 195 and 205 as well. 205 is my personal record, all-time personal record on the snatch. And I've only hit it once and never been able to hit it again. I've hit 195 a couple of times, narrowly missed 210, 215 before, but those are accidents. My technique after about 185, 195 starts to break down as the weight feels heavier off the floor from that position. So probably need to do some deficit, deficit snatch pulls. But off the floor is where I'm weak in my deadlift as well. If I can break it from the floor, it's going all the way up. My deadlift usually fail before it comes off the floor. So I've been talking about deficits being in store and needing to do them, and I need to stop talking about them and just do them. So I want to give a quick update on the commercial gym purchase or the commercial building purchase, and it's not good news. So the seller backed out of the contract. Two things caused this to happen. One, the seller heard that they weren't asking enough for it. We were already under contract, so that doesn't matter. They said what they wanted. I said I would pay that. I actually wanted to pay less. And then also, we negotiated a lease with a tire company, like a company that you drive your car in the building, they change your tires, to rent the building until I was ready to actually build my gym in a couple of years and move in there and start my real gym as a full-time thing. And the lease that we negotiated was $1,200 more per month than the current owner was leasing it previously. These are all just little different details that she had it in her mind it was worth more than she was getting for it. And then she found out that we were going to lease it for a lot more than she was leasing it for, and they backed out of the contract. Your next question is, well, they can't do that. You were under contract. How did they back out of the contract? That is correct. In Tennessee, you are not allowed to just break a contract. So we met with the lawyers. We were working with a law firm out of Nashville, and we were going to put a lien on the building so she couldn't sell it to anyone else. We were going to take it to court and force the sale and then sue for damages as well, like any rent we missed out on during that time period. And as this process continued, I felt it was bringing a lot of negativity and anxiety into my life that I didn't need. And the timeline for beginning to end was 4 to 6 months. And I didn't want to deal with all of this for 4 to 6 months. So long story short, I released her from the contract. It's just like a mutual release agreement. Anybody who is ever, well, I don't know if you've ever bought a house or multiple houses or been in real estate deals and both parties decide that they don't want to do it anymore. It's like a mutual release and release of earnest money kind of thing. So you're both saying this contract is no longer binding. We both let each other out of the contract. So we did that. And honestly, I was really looking forward to this building. It was a great investment just for my real estate portfolio in general. Some of you may know I have several residential real estate properties that we rent. And then this would have been our first commercial real estate property. And the ROI, return on investment, for this property was going to be good. And the building is not worth more than she was asking, because she actually went and had an independent appraisal done on the building and then didn't come back to the table for asking more money, didn't tell us what it was. So I'm guessing the independent appraisal came back at lower than what we were going to pay for it. And so that part about it being worth more, and it was a good price. At the price she asked, I ran all the numbers with the lease we had going into place, current interest rates being super high. We were still going to make a return on it, and a good return. So it was a good deal for all parties involved. But she got it into her head that she was getting cheated, and then, well, not cheated, but that she didn't ask enough, because I offered an amount, she came back with a much higher amount, and instead of haggling or fighting over it, I liked the building, I went with her higher amount. So that's just an update that the real live in-person brick and mortar Clarksville Barbell Club is we're going to continue to look for a property. We're looking for a big steel building, like around 5,000 square feet, super close to our house. This one was literally 3 minutes away, 4,800 square feet, 3 minutes away. I can literally jog there in, I don't know, that's 3 minutes driving. And that's with like the stop signs in our neighborhood to get out of the neighborhood and right on the main road. So it was an excellent location. I'm really, really upset that we lost this building, but the search continues. Those of you who've been with us for a while, kind of following these exploits of I'm trying to buy land, trying to buy a building, want to eventually open a gym, know that we had a spot of land under contract earlier this year that we were going to build from scratch on. So that fell through as well. Now, this is the second one that fell through. Hopefully early next year, middle of next year, I don't know. They say third time's a charm. The stock market has been recovering a lot this past week. Actually, for about the past month and a half to 2 months, a lot of my money sits in different funds on the stock market, whether that's index funds, REITs, real estate investment trusts, or ETFs, exchange traded funds, and just regular stocks. So a lot of my money sits in the market in between me buying and selling properties. And I was able to get quite a bit of money on the market this year while I was down. And now maybe we'll rebound even further, make a bigger return on those stock market investments for when I need to pull that money out, or some of that money out, for that massive down payment on an expensive commercial building. Who knows, maybe it's for the best. We'll keep going, we'll keep looking. I'll keep you guys updated. For now, let's switch over to clean and jerks and keep this party going. Oh my gosh, I should not have rested that long. Now I'm stiff. I don't know how much. Again, we're not pushing for new 1 rep maxes today. We are just doing some technique work and update on the winter bulk. Before starting the bulk, I think I was, like, after Florida, doing all that calisthenic work, I got down pretty light during vacation in Florida. I think maybe, and I say pretty light for me at my current state, I think I got down to maybe 196. Yeah, I think I got down to maybe 196. And right now I'm at 211. So I'm not counting, like, micro counting very closely, macros or anything like that, calories. I generally have, if I increase my calories, I just start eating a little bit dirtier, like pizza and burgers, and drinking a lot more beer than normal. And when I'm cutting, or not even cutting, just when I'll call it cutting, but I don't really cut anymore. When I'm trying to drop a little weight, I literally just stop drinking beer. All of that bloat flushes out, and I'm back down. But yeah, so 211 right now. And then when I hit 205 on the snatch, I was 205 pounds. This has been a while. This has been I don't know, earlier this year, much earlier this year. I hit 205 and on the snatch, and I was 205 that day that I did it. All right, enough chit chat. Let me do some clean and jerks, and we'll start with 135 just because we've already kind of warmed up. My left wrist is not feeling very good today, so I'll tighten this wrap and we'll see how it goes. Echo, continue.